What's up guys, Chris here from Mainly Mesh, and today I'm going to take you through a review of the new Powell heads and comparing and contrasting with the old Powell Pioneer. Starting off this video by saying something very important. If you are not subscribed to Powell's newsletter, you should be. They offer amazing deals on some very awesome equipment, which I will describe in a bit. If you guys have friends who are constantly looking for stuff, as I do, or kids you coach, they always have awesome deals. Just the other week I bought, I think it was a $110 long pole. No, it was less than that. It was like, I don't know, very cheap, but it also included a head. So I basically had a full complete stick for $110, D-pull. When a kid breaks a stick, that was a very easy way for me to get him something good for cheap. Always looking out for deals like that. So make sure you guys subscribe to them. They put out awesome content as well. So Powell Lacrosse, link down below. Now digging into these goodies. So just so you guys know, I bought these myself because I like them, and you don't have to worry about me being biased. Originally, I was not too big of a fan of the Powell Pioneer. The head is a little bit small, in my opinion. It warps very quickly. Unfortunately, we have to kind of replace some of our kids' heads on our team who bought these last year because they don't seem to fit the new 3-inch rule after they flare pretty quickly. So it was a decent first option, but there definitely needed to be room for improvement, which is why you haven't seen me talking about these too much in the past. Now, the new option is really solid, different type of plastic. It feels like the other interesting thing though is they seem to have gone with more like an X6 spec, which really accentuates their belief in that the pocket should be everywhere in a stick. So it's something, what that means is it's gonna be a little bit looser up top. You have to pull down a little bit more. So this ball is gonna be able to travel low to high very easily. Gonna give you a ton of hold, but it is an interesting face shape. Reminds me of the Emperor X6 back in the day. So it's a little bit more niche. It's not quite as standard and universal as other heads might be, but the Pioneer 2 is very light. I believe it's around 4.6, 4.7 ounces. Superlight head. It's got some nice cored out profiles, very sleek look. They went with the 2-strut look. So it feels very stiff. It's a little soft side to side, but it should hold up pretty well. Scoops a lot better than the Pioneer and a lot more sturdy than the Pioneer. Like I said, really solid option. They went with just one screw hole in the back, which is fine, but this is what they're using now in kind of their complete 2 setup, which I think runs more in like the 110 range, 120 range all strung up. So it's a little bit more expensive than their original Pioneer complete, but it's a great option. I strung this up with 4S just because I wanted to try it out with that, but the Frontier mesh is a really solid option too. So, and their standard factory setup for this head is pretty solid, like it a lot. No complaints here. Pioneer 2 offensive head, really solid option. Now the defensive head is very interesting as well. This is probably as light of a defensive option as you're gonna get, sitting right in that kind of 5-ounce range. I forgot to weigh it as a, whoa, little car accident outside. Nope, just a honk, we're good. So I think it's sitting in around that 5-ounce range. I never weigh it because I always get too excited and I string it up. It's like the third one of these I've strung up too, so ridiculous. But one thing I really like about it is it has these 2 little struts here, which do a great job at countering the flex in this direction. So I think, unfortunately, it's still a little light, so it probably won't last that much longer than other heads on the market. But it's gonna still give you about as good of strength ratios for this weight, and it's a really solid defensive option. The scoop is really solid. They cored out a little bit too much in my opinion here. It's a defensive head. We need some bulk on these. Only issue with this head when you order it pre-strung is the pattern is the same one they use for their offensive setup, which is a very low pocket. I'm not against having low pockets in heads, as you can see here. That's pretty much what I did. I did kind of a mid-low. But with the Frontier mesh, I just don't think it quite allows for as easy of ground balls as it should. It sits very, very low. This is not the factory stringing, like I said. That's my only gripe about this. If you are getting a factory strung setup from Powell, I might avoid this setup. Have a buddy. You can basically get for the same price, more or less, you can get the head and a mesh kit and just have a buddy string it up. Yeah. So these heads both are $90 a piece, and like I said though, they're almost always running deals for random things. I think you get a Powell discount anyways when you sign up. So I would definitely sign up to be a Powell member, at which point these heads are almost always being thrown in with a shaft that's a ton of value or something, at which point these prices drop dramatically. So really solid option you guys should keep in mind, especially for younger poles. I would say anybody before high school, this is the defensive head you should get. That's the pole you should get through their website. It's the best bang for the buck of any I've seen, and definitely the option you should get it, buy it. That's about it on these heads. If you have any questions, ask me in the link down below. Powell sells direct from their website, so click that link if you want to buy it. I think that's about it. Thanks so much. Catch you guys next time.